This is Lisa. Chandra.
Hi Lisa, hi Chandra, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
So you have a couple of more media trucks over there that were coming in when I had given you.
I believe CBC.
There were two CBCs.
Okay.
That's why we're only
They're always late. Yeah, I know. We can waste twice as much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris McLean. I'm a safety coordinator for the project. Welcome to the Walkley Maintenance and Storage Facility. During today's event, your safety is our chief concern. We have a few things to go over that are going to keep us safe today. Please stay in the event. Unfortunately not available for entry today as it's a construction zone. Please don't cross any red rope or tape or anything behind me here, please. If there's an emergency, you'll hear a long blast from an air horn, and we'll all go out the way we came in and muster in the parking lot where you parked. If there's a medical emergency, all of us are first aid trained who are in a jacket like me. Reach out to any one of us. If this should happen, please give us some room to do some work. For COVID-19 safety, we ask that you keep your mask on at all times. If it becomes unwearable for any reason, we have extra masks and hand sanitizers at the small table to my left. Lastly, our restrooms are behind us in the gray Atco shack, should you need them. If you have any questions today, please find a Transit Next employee dressed like me. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. I'll now pass it over to our Mayor, His Worship Jim Watson.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. Merci beaucoup, Chris. And we have to thank you for making Phase 1 and Phase 2 of LRT a very, very safe work site indeed. Alors, bon après-midi, mesdames et messieurs, et bienvenue. Merci d'accepter notre invitation cet après-midi. It's a pleasure to be with you as we mark a major construction milestone for O-Train's Stage 2, the south end of the city. My thanks to Chandra Arya, MP for Nepean, who is representing the Government of Canada, and the Honourable Lisa MacLeod, who is the Minister of Sport, Tourism, Heritage and Cultural Industries, and MPP for Nepean, representing the Province of Ontario. I send regrets from Councillors Alan Hubley and Chair of the Transit Commission and Jean Cloutier. They're in a sponsors meeting for the Planning Committee. Also with us is Michael Morgan, in charge of delivering this project. I don't know if John Manconi is here or not, but Michael is right over there. And Dale Clark and Bill Gifford from Transit Next, and we thank them very much for being here as well. Just last week, we had the opportunity to celebrate a major milestone for Stage 2 of LRT in the East End with the launch of the demolition of the 174 bridges to make room for the new Montreal Road station. Today, I'm excited to see the same kind of progress taking place in Stage 2 right here in the south end of the city. Avec l'étape 2 du train léger, nous bâtissons l'avenir de notre ville. Stage 2 will help ensure that Ottawa continues to be one of the best places to work, live, and play in all of Canada. It will bring the comfort and convenience of light rail transit to more communities farther east, west, and south, including all the way to North Beauceville, Limebank, and the Ottawa Airport. It will also help us reduce our city's greenhouse gas emissions that will greatly contribute to our local economy, including the post-COVID recovery. L'étape 2 contribue de façon importante à notre reprise économique ici dans notre capitale nationale. In 2020 alone, Stage 2 LRT has resulted in 1,400 local jobs and more than $500 million issued to local vendors and suppliers right here in the nation's capital. And I want to emphasize how important the link is to the Ottawa Airport, which will help to rebuild our tourism industry that Lisa has been working tirelessly on because, as she pointed out and is correct, tourism was probably the hardest hit industry in all of Canada, certainly in Ontario. Ce lien vers l'aéroport Ottawa jouera un rôle important pour nous aider à rebâtir notre industrie de tourisme qui est très important pour la ville et l'économie de notre ville. The south extension will add 16 kilometers of track and 4 new stations from Greenbank Station to Limebank Road and Riverside South, South Keys, Leitrim, Beauceville, and Limebank stations. There will be 2 new stations added to the existing Trillium line, Corso Italia and Walkley stations. And the extension will also deliver, 3 new pedestrian bridges to improve connectivity to LRT, one at Bayview Station, one over the Rideau River at Carleton University, and one over Hunt Club. Nous augmentons la connectivité du train léger dans le cadre de ce projet. Another major component of this project is the new Walkley Yard Maintenance Storage Facility, which is right behind me. As you can see, the construction of this facility is well underway. After only breaking ground last year, the 200-ton exterior shell is nearly complete and tracked installation is about to begin. So this is a really important part of our rail network right here in the south end. The new Walkley Yard will be a LEED certified facility that will house the 13 O-Train South vehicles, which will be cleaned, inspected, maintained, stored, and operated right out of here. When the O-Train South extension opens in late 2022, and by the way, the south end gets their section of LRT open first, it will be serviced by 7 new Statler Flirt trains, which are fully accessible and meet the highest international environmental standards and performance standards in the world. These will be added to the 6 Alstom Lint trains that currently serve the Trillium line after they have been refurbished, and that process is ongoing. This will greatly increase the capacity of the Trillium line, which will carry over 5,500 residents and visitors during the peak period, a projected increase of 20% over 2018 ridership levels. I'm very proud of this project and the progress that we've seen so far, and I thank all of our partners for their collaboration and investments and for being here today. Je suis très fier de ce projet et du progrès fait à date par nos équipes. I'd now like to invite Chandra Arya, who's been a great champion of LRT, the MP for Nepean, and to say a few words on behalf of the Government of Canada. Le député pour Nepean, Mr. Chandra Arya.
Thank you, Mayor Watson. It's always a pleasure to work with Mayor Jim Watson. He and I we share some common objectives. One is the importance of the knowledge-based economy. He wants to make Ottawa the best place for the new generation, high technology, knowledge-based companies to make Ottawa the home, and I do share the same thing. You know, the world economy is growing the knowledge-based way. Canada has been prosperous. We have very high standard of living due to the natural resources we have, oil, gas, minerals, and other natural resources. But the future is in knowledge-based economy to ensure that our children and grandchildren continue to have the same prosperity that we enjoy today, continue to have the same living standard that we enjoy today. We need to work to make Canada to be at the forefront of that knowledge-based economy. And with that, I shared that objective with Mayor Watson, and I had the privilege of working with him on the board of Invest Ottawa since he first became the mayor, and I was there for almost 2 terms. I'm here very pleased to be here today. This is a sort of thing that all levels of the governments jointly work together, the federal government, the provincial government, and the city, for the benefit of the citizens and residents of Ottawa. I'm here to participate in the Stage 2 O-Train Trillium Line South Extension milestone. The Government of Canada has invested over $1 billion towards the Stage 2 O-Train project, which includes 3 separate lane extensions: Confederation Line East, Confederation Line West, and Trillium Line South. The Walkley Yard Maintenance and Storage Facility is a key component for the Stage 2 O-Train Trillium Line South Extension, as it will support the refurbishment of existing trains and maintenance of 7 new ones. This extension is welcome news for public transit users as it expands the reach and comfort of right rail transit and connects communities including Ottawa's major employment centers, post-secondary institutions, shopping and recreation destinations, and arts and culture attractions. At the federal government, we are committed to infrastructure from day one that we have been in power for over 5 years. We have put considerable amounts of money where our mouth is. There is a demand that we establish a permanent transit infrastructure fund No decision has been made yet. However, our commitment to infrastructure is going to be there. It has been there during the last 5 years. It will continue to be there as long as we are here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I should also thank Stephanie over here. Stephanie organizes all of this all the time, and she never gets any kudos. So way to go, Stephanie. A lot of announcements, and thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Stephanie. It's now my pleasure to invite the Honourable Lisa MacLeod. Lisa has, as I always say, the best portfolio in the Government of Ontario, and so important to the Ottawa economy because culture, tourism, heritage means so much for our city, and Lisa's our champion at the Cabinet table. And I want to pass along our thanks to the Premier. I think I speak to the Premier more than I speak to my sister. He's very accessible, and we've got some good news on the vaccine front for Ottawa, which we're very, very grateful for. So please give a warm welcome to the Honourable Lisa MacLeod.
Thanks, Jim. You would grab that one too?
Yep.
Thanks. Thank you. Sorry, I'm a bit shorter than Jim and Chandra. It is great to be here, and thank you so much to Chandra for being here, my federal counterpart, and to Mayor Watson. Always a pleasure to work with you, and thank you for the kind words. I will pass those along to the Premier. In fact, I was almost late because I was on a call with him and Mayor Tory, and talking about some of the opportunities that we have as a province. And so today, it's wonderful to be here to talk about the wonderful opportunities for our great city. I want to wish everyone a good afternoon, and it is my pleasure to be here today on behalf of Premier Ford and, of course, my colleague, the Honourable Caroline Mulroney, the Minister of Transportation. Look, I'm excited to be here and celebrate the installation of rail and progress made on the new maintenance and storage facility on the south extension as part of the Stage 2 of the Ottawa Light Rail Transit Project. I can remember, I'm old enough to remember, being at the City of Ottawa as a city staffer with Stephanie Felici and being at Ben Franklin Place in Centre Point talking about the rapid transit expansion study. So this hasn't been done overnight, and it has been done by the work of a lot of hard-working civil servants, many different politicians of different political stripes and levels of government, and the commitment by the people of our great city. And so that's why I'm pleased to be here today to talk about the south extension of the Trillium Line. It's key to improving transit connections across all of Ottawa. It will extend rapid transit service to thousands of people in our community and will create an important link to the Ottawa International Airport, something that as an opposition member I championed. Now, the Mayor mentioned that I'm the Minister of Heritage, Sport, Tourism and Culture Industries. Tourism is the third largest sector, industry, in the City of Ottawa. And we have been hit hardest, we have been hit first, and it will take us the longest to recover. But make no mistake, this transit line, our light rail, will be able to ensure that our growth and recovery in tourism will be successful. And I know that there's no greater champion in this city for tourism than Michael Crockett, maybe myself. But I know that for us to have that extension to the Ottawa International Airport is critical because Ottawa will be a gateway city for the province of Ontario in 2021 and beyond as we regrow tourism in our province. And no more so than do we want to have a world-class airport with a world-class transit line. And so supporting funding and public transit solutions that make commutes shorter and relieve congestion is part of our government's plan, and all governments' plan, to better connect communities across our province. That's why Ontario is providing up to $1.2 billion for Stage 2 of this light rail transit project. That's in addition to the nearly $600 million we've already provided for Stage 1. This funding will transform Ottawa's public transit network by adding 44 kilometres of new rail service and 24 new stations through the 3 extensions of the existing light rail transit. It will also create a lot of jobs in Ottawa during construction, and it will support long-term economic growth by bringing efficient, rapid transit service to new communities. Every world-class city deserves a world-class transit system. That's more important than ever as we continue down the path to economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. This project is an example of all three levels of government coming together at the table and setting up and delivering on transportation infrastructure that will connect people to places and prepare this city, our province, and the entire country to meet the needs of the future. Today is an exciting day in what a post-pandemic Ottawa, Ontario, and Canada will look like. Thank you very much, Your Worship, and MP Arya.
Thank you very much, Minister MacLeod. I'm going to ask Minister MacLeod as well as MP Chandra Arya to join me. We're going to sign the beam here, and then we're going to ask Mr. Clark and Mr. Gifford to join us. So we'll ask our elected officials to come by and. Lisa, you want to go first one there?
At that age, when I bend down, I'm not sure if I get back up.
Right at the top here. Spike. The last spike, please. So getting my mask down. Don't do the before and after.
There we go. I got back up. We can definitely do a before and after on that one.
Go right over here. So my colleagues and I are available for questions from the media. If anyone has a question. We're here. Where's Lisa? Oh, there you are. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions pour le ministre, le député et moi?
Yes.
Hello.
Question for you. Just your reaction to the announcement yesterday that Ottawa is going to be one of the two sites in
Well, both very happy and very proud, and appreciate the fact that the province recognizes Ottawa as the second largest city, and obviously we need a demand for our long-term care workers. We've had a number of hot zones in some of these long-term care homes, so we're very, very proud to operate what I think will be a very solid distribution system starting on Tuesday. That's right. Yeah, there'll be one site, one location, and the individuals who are going to be tested will be in touch with public health, who will coordinate the vaccines on a priority basis, obviously those areas that have had hot spots, and they'll be expected to go to the site at the Civic Hospital because the vaccine, as you know, cannot be moved from post to post. So this will be the easiest way to get those long-term care workers, PSWs, to the site. Vaccinate it and be sent on their way, and then they'll return, obviously, for the second vaccine weeks later. Lisa, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so just to echo the mayor's comments, I've been obviously a very strong advocate for our city around the cabinet table, demonstrating our needs as not only a capital city for the entire country, but also we are the second largest city in the entire province. We have had some critical outbreaks in our long-term care facilities, so the fact that was recognized, I'm obviously very happy, and I'm grateful to my colleagues, and in particular to the Minister of Health and the Solicitor General and our Premier. But however, I do recognize there have been other communities that have moved into the red zone, or sorry, the lockdown mode as of today, and others have moved into the restrict. And so I recognize how important it is, but geographically, I think it's really important that the City of Ottawa was among the first. I've had the opportunity to reach out to Cameron Love at the Ottawa Hospital. I speak with him at least once a week, and just to make sure that our hospital capacity system is on track. So to have our frontline hospital workers and our long-term care facilities, I think is absolutely critical. Again, recognizing that some areas of the province are in much more catastrophic position as we are. And I will say on this, and I said it this morning to the Premier and had the opportunity to say how proud I am of our city. At one point in time, we had the highest positivity rate and the most cases out of 100,000 in the entire province. And today, here we are, still in orange, although I think we'd all love to move to yellow or green. The reality is what the people of the City of Ottawa have been doing has been working. And so I think that we must continue that. I will say we are entering the holidays with Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year's, and it's going to be very important for people to continue to stay at home, only go out for the essentials, and continue to support local business. But it's not the time to have large congregations in your home or, risk public health measures, because we've done so well here for so long, but it is precarious. So I would say that. I didn't know if you had a follow-up to that. I speak weekly, as I'm sure the Mayor speaks daily, to Dr. Etches, and today I think we're still in the orange zone. I think that we must remember to be cautious. Our positivity rate today, as I see it, is doing fairly well, but I think we need a consistent amount of time. Public health officials will be better able to offer that, but I look at some of our trends, and I still think we have a bit of ways to go. But I can say, having been across the province, as my role as tourism minister, and doing some announcements for some of our iconic institutions, the level of liberty that we seem to have here compared to the lockdown or red zones, even some of those communities that are in orange with the Section 22 orders is incredible. So I urge all Ottawa residents to keep it up. We should be very proud of the work we've done, but we cannot let up. We do not want to see our hospital capacity taxed. We don't want to see this happening in our long-term care facilities. We want to make sure we're looking out for one another. Thank you.
Other questions?
So I could probably put you in touch with the Solicitor General's office. These are conversations we have daily as a government, and certainly a few times a week as a cabinet. The refrigeration obviously is a significant issue, and we know that we can do that at the Ottawa Hospital. So that work is being done by the Solicitor General's team, as well as Rick Hillier, who is retired General Rick Hillier, who's leading our task force. I don't know if the Mayor had anything else to add.
Whoops. You get this dance down. The reality is that there are restrictions that we have to follow with respect to moving them because of the storage capacity. We have the fridges available at the Civic campus, and we have a relatively modest number of doses that will be used in the Ottawa Hospital. So for the time being, we feel it's better to have the employees who are going to get vaccinated to come to the site and come and get the vaccine, and then come back several weeks later for the second shot. Oui. Bien, certainement, je suis très heureux que le premier ministre Ford et son gouvernement a choisi Ottawa comme le deuxième site pour les vaccins pour COVID-19. Nous sommes le deuxième plus grande ville dans la province de l'Ontario et nous sommes capables d'aider des personnes avec la distribution à l'hôpital civique. Certainement, il y a 2 ou 3 semaines que j'ai annoncé un groupe, une task force pour aider avec la distribution. Et il va travailler pendant le week-end pour le grand jour, c'est mardi, pour les premiers vaccins ici à Ottawa. Oui, c'est vraiment une journée très importante pour la construction de phase 2. Phase 2 est plus grand que phase 1 et nous sommes ici à l'étape 2 pour célébrer le ligne Trillium dans le sud de la ville avec cet nouveau édifice qui est vraiment incroyable pour aider avec le maintenance de tous les trains légers pour les prochaines 20-25 ans. Alors, ça, c'est un bon exemple. Quand les 3 paliers du gouvernement travaillent ensemble, on voit des résultats très positifs pour les résidents dans l'Est, l'Ouest, Centre et Sud de la ville. Oui, certainement. Une des choses positives pendant la pandémie de COVID-19, on continuait de travailler sur des grands projets d'infrastructure avec la permission de la province de l'Ontario. C'est bon parce que ce projet crée 1400 emplois pour les résidents et presque 500 millions de dollars des contrats pour les compagnies locales ici à Ottawa. Alors, c'est vraiment positif pour notre économie de continuer avec cette plan. Ils suivent tous les règlements de santé qui est vraiment important. Et nous sommes ici dans le sud de la ville pour célébrer les personnes qui travaillent sur ce projet et pour remercier le gouvernement fédéral et provincial pour leur appui. Anything else? C'est tout? Alors, merci beaucoup, Chandra. Lisa, thank you very much. And to members of the media, thank you for being with us today. Merci pour votre participation. And to all of the great workers from both the city and the consortium that are working on the south end, we're very excited to see trains rolling and being cleaned in here at the end of 2022. Thank you all. Merci. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. All right. Thank you, Chandra.
Yeah, thanks, Chandra. Have a good one.
I got to run. Goodbye. Thank you. Merci.